Welcome to the Cozy Little Library today with your Clean Reads Book Buddy. Today I have a long list of cozy and clean spring book recommendations.
Excellent.
I hope this helps you. The first book that makes me think of spring is The Tale of Peter Rabbit by Beatrix Potter. She's my favorite illustrator and children's author. Love this story, of course, about naughty Peter, who is always going into Mr. McGregor's garden. I just find these so nostalgic and tender and sweet. Winnie the Pooh by A.A. Milne always makes me think of spring because of the cottagecore illustrations, frolicking through the 100-acre wood. Anne of Green Gables, L.M. Montgomery is the queen of atmospheric outdoors. There is a good part of spring that happens in this book. Spring had come once more to Green Gables, lingering along through April and May in a succession of sweet, fresh, chilly days with pink sunsets and miracles of resurrection and growth. The Secret Garden by Frances Hodgson and Burnett. I think it's so beautiful how this story parallels with the seasons. At the beginning, our main character, she has suffered a lot of hurt, neglect, and we see her traveling to her only relative. It's also the harsh winter time. In this dark and dreary house, well, she discovers that there is a gate to a secret garden hidden away.
Another garden.
Into springtime, things really start transforming.
I can plant seeds anywhere I like. Blue flowers, pink flowers, purple flowers, yellow flowers, cornflowers, foxgloves, any kind you want.
In her heart, in other characters, in the garden, and the renewal and the resurrection. And the secret garden bloomed and bloomed, and every morning revealed new miracles. The complete Brambly Hedge, 4 seasonal stories plus 4 more. Spring Story starts it off, and it's just this family of mice that are going about their business in the woods, and they're always cooking or eating. There's always cakes and tea, and the way they're dressed, I mean, look at her hat. They're having picnic, and it's so cozy and sweet. Miss Jaster's garden. My favorite quote from this one is, "In a corner of the garden overlooking the sea at Sandgate lived a small spiky animal called a hedgehog. The lady of the garden is a little nearsighted, and she plants some seeds on the spikes of his back while he's sleeping in the flower bed." The Blue Castle by Lucy Maud Montgomery. Our main character, we find how she's being treated very poorly. She finds out some really big news, and the way she reacts to that and the way the whole story unfolds is such a lovely book. When I think of Emma, also this book cover, it makes me think of spring, summer. Both books actually start in early autumn and go through the seasons, all the strolls outside, the activities that happen outside. The same with Pride and Prejudice.
I'm very fond of walking.
Yes. Yes, I know.
Edenbrooke by Julianne Donaldson is about a young, proper woman who is in Bath, England, 1816. All she wants to do is be outside, in the country, under trees, twirling, looking at flowers, riding horses. She gets the opportunity to go to the countryside, but along the way there is peril and there's excitement. She meets a man who pretty much comes to her rescue. It's just a whole lot of fun, very upbeat. The descriptions of the estate and the outdoors. Giant trees dotted the expanse of grass, the green so brilliant in the sunlight that I had to squint to look at it. A river ran through the estate behind the house, and I saw a beautifully arched stone bridge spanning the water. Farmland spread out beyond it like a peacock's tail, with neat fences and hedges stretching as far as the eye could see. The Earl Next Door by Ashtyn Newbold. This is a sweet Regency rom-com, so funny. The tagline is "One available house, one pesky Earl, and 1 month to get him out." So cute. You can see by the cover how springy it is. It's the beginning of the season in London in the spring, and there are 2 sisters. Something happens. The girls escape to Bath, and they rent a house, and they have plans for who's going to stay at the other house. One of the sisters does. But then this Earl shows up, and it's a lot of mixed up things happen. Really funny, really cute. Clairvoir Castle series by Sally Britton. are seasonal. 3 out of 6 that have spring vibes. The very first one is a prequel. It's A Duchess for the Duke. If she had her way, gardens would look far more natural. Paths would curve and bend. Flowers would mix and mingle with one another, creating as much variety in a single bed as the paints on an artist's palette. All of them just had that nature feeling to them. Book number 1, Mr. Gardner and the Governess. Even Alice, living on the fringes of society in her uncle's home, had heard about the statue garden. A dozen commissioned statues of the favorite Greeks, a dozen more of historical figures, and all scattered about in the beds of flowers meant to delight the senses. Book number 2 is in the fall. Book number 3 is definitely spring. Sir Andrew and the Authoress, Lord Farley, and Miss Frost. Book number 5, Lady Ivy and the Irishman, is summertime. And then A Gentleman for Lady Juniper is January 1822. Love this series. Life Once Dreamed by Rachel Fordham. I love this cover. Our female character, because of a secret, is escaping to a Dakota territory. She does manage to become a respected school teacher, but eventually her past does catch up with her a little bit and she has to deal with that. The whole community that was created by the author is amazing. The characters felt very, very real, and this happens in spring 1880s. More Than Words Can Say by Karen Whittemire. It's book number 2 in the Patchwork Family series, but you can read it as a standalone. I did with no problems. This book is hilarious. Marriage of Convenience. Our main female character, she needs a man's name on her bakery's deed in order to keep it because of archaic laws. And our newcomer, Zacharias, he's super quiet, stoic lumberman. He's the one that she has her sights set on if she can control him. And she's planning on setting up this business arrangement so she can keep her bakery. So much fun. It happens in May 1896, Honey Locust, Texas. Choosing a husband was much like choosing a good baguette. Strong outer shell, tender interior, dough to hold whatever shape the baker deemed appropriate. Abigail needed a good baguette by the end of the week. Comparing baguettes and husbands, the thing is hilarious.
Hilarious.
The Lady of Galway Manor by Jennifer Deibel, another beautiful book cover. This woman is a fine English lady. Her and her dad, they're British, but they have to go to Ireland because he's appointed as a landlord of a parish there. She gets pretty bored and she finally convinces him, her dad, to let her be an apprentice at a jewelry shop. Our male character, it's his family's jewelry shop, and they make this Irish famous ring there that has a lot of symbolism and significance. He and his family are all caught up in this Irish independence. She gets involved in it. She's British, so there's that perspective. She doesn't really understand all of this going on in Ireland, but it's very cozy. And even though it does have this Irish independence situation going on, there's no violence, and it happens in spring 1920. Ireland. The Bridge to Belle Island is about a woman who is very productive. She has what I envision being like a B&B, but in Regency era. But she has been on this island for a decade without leaving because something happened in her past and she's terrified to leave. But in town in London, a murder happens and there is a connection to her. So a man comes to the island to investigate, see how she is involved in it, and he is staying there. There are other people there, so it has this real cozy forced proximity, but in misty, mysterious April 1890s. And then someone else passes away there at her place. So there's another mystery involving all of that, and very interesting book. Shadows of Swanford Abbey by Julie Clausen is a Agatha Christie meets Jane Austen story where this woman goes back to her hometown village. It's in March 1820, and she has to stay at this old monastery turned grand hotel. It's supposedly haunted. While she's staying there, a murder happens, so there's all this mystery around it. Her brother is nearby. There are some things going on with him that are mysterious. People around from her past. It's a lot of fun. The Tutor's Daughter by Julie Clausen It's April 1817, and this woman, her mom has just passed away. She and her dad are grieving heavily. They have desperate measures, so he agrees to go to the Cornwall coast to be the tutor for a baronet's 4 sons. She goes along to help. She's pretty academic herself, and she's used to helping him at the school. But when they get there, all these spooky things start happening. You can see the cliff top manor. Things go missing in her room. She hears a piano forte playing in the middle of the night. She gets to the music room. Nobody's there. So much mystery, so much faith. Grief is spoken about so beautifully in this book. The mystery in this, I could not put this book down. If you have not yet read the On Devonshire Shores series by Julie Clausen's books 1, 2, and 3, I highly recommend it for many reasons. Lovely series. I love it so much. Books number 1 and 3 happen in the spring. The Sisters of Seaview is book number 1. Sarah Summers and her genteel sisters fear they will be forced to sell the house and separate to earn livings elsewhere. Determined to stay together, Sarah convinces them to open their seaside home to guests. They find themselves hosting eligible gentlemen. Very cozy, spring vibes. Love it. Book number 2 is A Winter by the Sea. Of course, that happens in winter. Royal family comes to stay. Some of the staff stay at Seaview. Book number 3 starts in March, and it is about the eldest sister, Claire. She is disgraced, and she's been living in exile as a companion to a stern great aunt. When you get to book 3, you're so happy to go back and visit this cozy. It's kind of like a bed and breakfast of Regency era, and you visit people that you've known in these 2 books, and it is just lovely. Highly recommend. First, Laura Frantz, and I am so impressed. It's Colonial America, which is my favorite. It is the eve of a new age of freedom in the colonies, but can a proper English lady dare hope for her own independence? And she's the daughter of a British lieutenant governor. It happens in colonial Williamsburg. May 1775. Elizabeth took a breath, breaking an intense hour of concentration. Raising her gaze, she looked out fine English glass onto the world of vivid greens broken by colorful splashes of blossoms. Elizabeth's favorites, butter yellow roses and pale pink peonies, danced in the wind as it sighed around the townhouse's corners. 'Twas nearly her wedding day. Highly recommend. Second Impressions by Pepper Basham. This is a sweet, clean, contemporary romance, a Jane Austen inspired novella. You can see how short it is there, but super cute. Nora Simeon is a Jane Austen nut. After years of putting her dreams on hold, she's given the opportunity to attend the Jane Austen Festival in Bath, England, but a brooding American businessman threats to upend her once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. To the cheerful hues and brilliance of late spring bouquets. Oh, how she loved the myriad of colors bursting from her little sanctuary, pouring over the lush ground cover and aged stone with the touch of vibrancy. This was her place, always had been. The one realm in her world that fed her love for England and Austen and everything daydreaming. So cute. Christian Contemporary Guidepost Mystery Book. Book number 1 in the Tea Room Mystery series, Tea Room for Two, is about 2 women. They're cousins. They're a little bit older. They are both widows now, and they are ready for a new season in their life. They purchase a lakeside Queen Anne style house in Maine. They live in the rest of the house. They expect their new life to be quiet, but they're surprised to see themselves pulled into all of these mysteries that happen around. This is a non-murdery series so far. This one is a lot of fun because they decide that they're going to buy all these different mismatched teapots to go in their tea room business. And the teapot that they end up with, all these quirky, scary, mysterious things start happening. Several somebodies are trying to get this teapot. Just listening to the accents of the New Englanders were just fantastic. A whole lot of fun. Was this helpful? If so, give me a spring flowers emoji, and until next time.